Mary Sanderson cannot take this iMovie crap any longer. I cannot work with this piece of junk of technology. I mean, my goodness, what were these people in the future thinking, making these computers and all these programs? Ugh. You guys are crazy. Crazy.
The lamp is burning low upon my tabletop. Snow softly falling.
To this day, I'm so indecisive about the concept of this. I enjoy the season for what it is, because I feel the most inspiring when I am in it, and when I am in the season of winter. It's my favorite season, actually. Before, I've tried to incorporate Christianity and paganism in my religion so I could follow it, because at one point in time in my life, I was a Christian, and I was also hanging on to these other beliefs of paganism and some of these tarot card things and all this stuff, and I just, if I let that go, it would be boring and dull for me in my spirituality, so I didn't want to let that go. But then you get these other people in other places saying, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that, meh, meh, meh. And I just, it's so restrictive, and I just didn't want to do that. Here's what I'm realizing when it comes to Christmas. Christmas is an incorporation of traditions itself. You have Christianity, which is Jesus, the Son of God, with his birth, and him being the Messiah to the Jews and to the rest of the world. And then you have Yule and some of these other holidays. If you take a look back in history on Christmas, you see that there's many different traditions of the concept of Christmas, Santa Claus, the holly, the mistletoe, the holly, all this stuff. And what's interesting is a lot of the traditions are originally, a lot of the traditions we have now are a lot like the traditions up north, because if let's face it, if you're in the freezing cold for long months of winter, you're gonna go a little nuts. You are going to go insane, and you have to do something to try to lift the spirits of yourself and your family. And you had to gather and raise your livestock and all that, and you had to have that so you could survive. And at the end of the year, you would celebrate that and stay cozy and warm with your family, and you would spend time with them and be close to them. We're more of an age where it's pretty distant. It's not really about in Christmas. It's becoming a lot more materialistic as the years are going on, because when these traditions grew in America and in other civilizations, when the economy was being established in America and all that, they were thinking, this is a pretty interesting holiday. We could make big bucks out of this. So now it's become the time of the year where people are busily going into these stores and getting their gifts, and the prices are jacking up because all this stuff is going out the door and whatnot, and with Santa Claus, he's become an icon, an absolute icon when it comes to winter and the month of December and all that. And the thing with winter holidays is it's about seeing the light of the end of the tunnel, the light that you'll see when spring comes. It's a sailor. It's like being a sailor out in the ocean for years and years and years seeing nobody, then you're not your wife or kids or girlfriend or whatever, and staying out there and hoping that one day, when you look on the ocean, you will see the lighthouse, like guiding your way home. That's what winter is. That's what the basis of these holidays are. But what's interesting is some of these people that I hear Christians that believe that Christmas is too commercialized, and I absolutely agree with them. It is. And then they say this quote, "Bring Christ back into Christmas." Now, not that I blame them. I mean, it's their holiday. Christianity adopted this holiday to symbolize Jesus and him being the light for their religion, the Messiah. But at the same time, they have to remember that their ancestors, these heathens, they might want to call them, had these holidays also established around that time because that's what people did. They would celebrate during the colder times because it was a time of staying together. Well, like I already said, it was cold, it was freezing. You were bound to go nuts, and you had to do something to, right after you gathered the food and harvested and all that, you'd have to do something, and you'd have to do something to lift your spirits and whatnot. And I think that people might tend to be a little bit PC about these things of Christmas and holidays and religion and whatnot, and I understand why some political correctness can be at hand, but Christmas isn't just Christianity. The holiday season isn't just religious. It's solely based on light. It's solely based on waiting for that lighthouse in the distance that's going to take you home. It's going to take you to a better life, and it's going to take you back to spring, to a new beginning. And that's all I have to say on this topic. I will await your comments and likes or dislikes. Either one works. I will wait for Winifred's response if she desires to respond.